Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode on this channel. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also ding the bell for notifications so you'll know when I put out future videos. In today's episode, let's talk about Terminator Dark Fate once again. We need to revisit this movie once again. There seems to be like a Jekyll and Hyde situation going on with this movie. And what I mean by that is we get the trailer, which I think is kind of so-so, and then we start hearing these plot leads about the story. I've heard that these plot leads are pretty much confirmed, but then we get the featurette. The featurette looks great. The trailer, not so much. And Tim Miller, he comes out with these crazy comments about, a misogynist and everything like that. There was no reason at all to bring that up right now at all. The movie's not even out yet. And I haven't heard anything about people, calling out misogyny and things like that for the movie. But anyway, I digress on that. But as far as the movie goes, the featurette looks really, really good. It sets the tone for what everyone was hoping for in the trailer, and we didn't get that. So I really don't know what to believe with this movie. Is it really going to have that gritty tone of T1 and T2? Probably so. So there's probably a good chance this movie could be good. You have James Cameron back, and this movie will be rated R. That is confirmed. If you're listening to Linda Hamilton in the featurette, she is bringing it. Sarah Connor is back. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger, the clips that you saw of him in that featurette were really good. But why didn't they feature them more in the initial trailer? I think that was a mistake. People go to Terminator movies to watch Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton. Those are your two main stars. I know that Danny Ramos and Grace are going to be joining in, as well as Gabriel Luna. But for hardcore Terminator fans, the audience wants to see Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton. Now, we also heard that Everett Furlong will be coming back as John Connor in some capacity. And by that, I mean a very small capacity if you have heard the plot leak. Don't expect much from him whatsoever. But it seems like James Cameron is saying one thing about Terminator Dark Fate, and Tim Miller, he's going into a different direction. He's playing the sets card. James Cameron, he's not doing that. And James Cameron, he never plays that kind of card. So I know that he helped write this movie. Tim Miller directed it. Now, my concern is James Cameron, he's not on set all the time, even though they say he was heavily involved. But remember, James Cameron is heavily involved with Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's his main focus right now, not the Terminator. So I don't know how he's balancing everything out. Hopefully, he's really giving it all in Terminator, since that's actually coming up now. We're years away from Avatar. But something inside me still tells me that James Cameron will not allow this movie to be bad. I don't think he will put out a bad Terminator movie. Actually, I can't think of a bad movie James Cameron has ever put out. Even though if you look at Alita Battle Angel, he produced that movie. He didn't direct it. That movie was fantastic. Hopefully, Terminator Dark Fate is just as good as Alita, but we'll have to see. I have full faith in James Cameron. Tim Miller, I don't know. That is somewhat of a concern for me, since he's already been going down, the identity politics route. So hopefully James Cameron is much more in control of this movie than Tim Miller. If that's the case, then we could actually be in for a good Terminator movie. But probably the damage has already been done with Tim Miller's comments, you know, saying that if you don't like Grace, you're probably a misogynist. No reason to say that at all. And in the featurette, Grace looked fine. I'm really intrigued by this new Rev 9 Terminator. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Gabriel Luna, he has that Terminator feel. They still need to work out some of the CGI on the Terminator. This Terminator is much more dark. It's not as clean as the T-Series models. And I still want this to work. Watching the featurette, my confidence level is a little bit better now than what it was from learning some of the plot leads. If the plot leads are true, the story could be bad. And if you don't have a good story, the movie will not be good, no matter what. The story is the key to making a good film. So they need to get back to basics. Hopefully the story's good. The CGI will get fixed up some, and they don't start doing all of this identity politics, you know, pushing out the old in with the new kind of stuff too fast. I think a lot of fans would be perfectly okay with replacing Linda Hamilton and Arnold Schwarzenegger in a Terminator movie if it's done right, if it's done respectfully. Don't go down the Star Wars sequel route where you have all these new characters and they just say, hey, take it, forget the old characters, let it all die. That's not gonna work. So hopefully in this movie, it is respectable. Now, we already know that Arnold's T-800, he's gonna get killed off. That's just the way it happens in T1 and T2. It'll happen this time. Now, will Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor get killed off? I think she will at the end. But if she delivers the good, does a good passing of the torch, I'm okay with that. But I still have concerns. Now, if you're going in with expectations that this movie is going to be just as good, if not better than T2, don't go in with that mindset. Go in with this mindset that this will probably be the third best Terminator movie. Then I think you'll be okay. I'm keeping my expectations in check since I'm a huge Terminator fan. So I can't go in with the highest expectations because I just don't want to be disappointed. So I'm going in with my expectations as, okay, this movie won't be nearly as good as T2, but if it is, then I'm okay with that. So guys, what do you think of this? What kind of feel are you getting for Terminator Dark Fate? Are you thinking it's going to be a disaster, or do you think that it's going to be pretty good? I don't know what I want to say about the box office numbers yet. It's kind of too early. I want to see the first full trailer because they've only released a teaser so far, and we saw the featurette. Now, the first full trailer for this movie has to be delivered. It has to have the tone of the featurette that we saw. So guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.